Hey guys, welcome back. And for those of you who haven't been there before, welcome. My name's Tara. My Instagram is The Hair Nurse, and I'm going to show you guys how to do a Beachy wave tutorial. First thing you want to start off with is a brush. I like using a wet brush, and you want to get your hair nice and detangled. So my hair was like washed yesterday, and I just like let it dry naturally. So it does have like a little bit of a natural wave to it. So this time I like to figure out like where I'm actually gonna part my hair. Oh, that's good. All right, so the second most important thing that you need to do before you put any sort of heat on your hair is using some sort of heat protectant. This is a really nice serum / oil from Verve that I like to use. It's called Ghost Oil, and one pump is like more than enough. You want to rub it between your hands, and that'll like warm up the product. And then you want to saturate from ends and kind of work up. And I'm kind of like raking my fingers through my hair when I'm doing this. I'm not like globbing it on. And you want to avoid like doing this on your root because it's going to give you like oily hair. All right. So we've brushed out, we're protected. Next thing is iron. So this is a 1 1/4 inch. This is actually a Marcel iron. Most hairdressers use this. It's more ergonomical for our wrists, and you can use a normal curling iron. Depending on how small or big the barrel is gonna depend on like how big your curl is gonna be. So this gives me a nice like medium like curl or beachy wave. So you could do both with any curling iron. So now that we have where our part is, I'm gonna go ahead and start in the back. This is what's just gonna be easier for most of you. And depending on how much hair you have is how many sections in the back that you'll use. Just clip it away. So you can see I normally start about like top of the ear. If you have a lot of hair, you can start like mid-ear or even below the ear. That really is just gonna depend on your hair and how much hair you actually have. So I would say I have like an average amount of hair. So I think like middle top ear is like good enough. And then what we'll do is split it on the left and the right section. So you'll have 2 sections. And here we go. So when you're curling your hair, you always wanna start in the middle. So here, you never wanna start on the ends. That's what's gonna burn your ends and fry them, cause more split ends, and you're gonna need a haircut more often. And if you don't cut your hair, then your hair's never gonna grow, and you're just gonna have all this heat damage, and it's not good. So you wanna start in the middle, and we'll work up and then pull back down, and work up and pull back down. And I'll show you how to do that right now. So we're gonna clamp in the middle. We're gonna do a half twist up, and we're gonna open the clamp slightly and pull down. See how the ends are sticking out still? Now we're gonna roll this back up. And normally what I like to do is I'll feel the outside of my hair. And if it's hot enough, you do a half twist or quarter twist out. You're gonna pull your hair out of the iron and pull the ends through the iron. So we have a nice little curl there. See how the ends are straight though? They're not curled. So when they're curled, it's gonna give you more of a curled look versus when the ends are straight. That's what's gonna give you more of that beachy wave effect. Another way that I tell my clients to do this is go ahead and curl your whole head, and then you can also flat iron the tips, but I'll save that for another video. So we're gonna start halfway up the strand, clamp, roll up, pull down, ends are sticking out, we're gonna roll back up. Obviously, if you have longer hair, you're gonna have to like pull down and roll up, pull down and roll up, probably 2 or 3 times. But you wanna leave the ends for the very end. Quarter twist, pull the iron down, and pull the ends through the iron. Yeah? Okay, let's do the next section now.
So here I'm taking my section from temple to temple and splitting left and right.
So this is our left side, so now we're gonna split this into 2 sections as well. So what I like to do, what will happen a lot of times is if you curl all the same way, your curls will get stuck and you'll just have like one big giant curl, and it's not that cute, girls. So you want to alternate the way the curl pattern goes. So the last two sections that we just did went away from our face. So this one is going to go towards our face. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'll show you what the away from the face looks like as well. Okay, so towards the face, meaning the clamp is behind this section. Clamp is behind this section. We're gonna roll the iron towards our face or towards the mirror. Pull down and roll back up. Now this is a bigger section, as you saw. So it takes a little longer for it to heat up, but once it's hot, quarter twist, ow, and pull out. And don't burn yourself. So it's towards the face. See how the curl is rolling towards my face? So this one, around the face, I always do it away. It's just more flattering. If you roll it towards the face, you're going more for like it's more like vintage or like 1920s style. So if you want more modern, I think is away from the face. So away from the face is when the clamp would be in front of the section or facing the mirror. Middle clamp, roll up, pull down, and roll back up. Be careful of your ears. Yeah? Let's do the other side. So you want to make sure that you don't grab the hair that you've already curled. Okay, left section and right section. Remember, so what I like to do is I like to do the same thing on both sides. So I know that this back section we went towards the mirror. So we're gonna go towards the mirror on this side too. So my clamp is behind the section. Start in the middle, roll up, pull down, ends are sticking out, roll back up. Be careful not to touch the iron when you're checking your hair too. You're gonna burn yourself. Now this is a section around the face, so we're gonna go away from the face, meaning clamp is in front of the section. Pull down, roll up, and pull down, and roll up. The finer hairs don't need as long, so it's really easy to burn them. So either turn your iron down or just know that not to leave your iron on it as long as like the sections in the back. You really don't want to burn your hair off. I know you've all seen that YouTube video of the girl burning her hair with the curling iron. Don't do that. So finer hairs, 5 seconds at the most, you'll be able to tell. So as we're moving up, we're getting closer to my part. So for whether you part in the middle or the side, I part on the side, it's like off center. So I'll be able to like combine this section all in one versus this side, I'll break it into 2. If you part down the middle, you could probably do 2 sections on each side. So I'm just gonna work on my part and go all the way back. So now I have a left side and a right side at the top. You always wanna use a clip too to section your hair, or a bobble or rubber band, not a real rubber band, but a hair tie. That way you have clean sectioning, and clean sectioning will just help promote and ease your styling. So we're gonna break this now into, we're gonna do 3 sections. So 1, 2, and 3. I always like to start in the back too because it's easier to work forward. Okay, so this one, we're gonna go away from the face, so clamp is in front. Ends are still sticking out. And twist it out and pull the ends through. If this is your first time trying to do this, I would really recommend putting this on a really low heat setting so you can get used to the motion of the iron, how to twist it out and stuff, and so you probably won't burn yourself as bad if you do burn yourself. So low heat setting, or even try it without the iron on. Like don't plug it in, don't turn it on, and just try to get that motion. And when you have the confidence, then turn your iron on and curl your hair. This is gonna take a lot of practice. So in this one, my ends got caught in the iron a little bit. So when I pull it out, I just wanna make sure the ends are still in the iron and pull through. So this is my fringe area, or like face framing layers. This one I don't like to be as curly. So what we're gonna do is not make it as curly. So we're gonna start a little lower. Remember, this is a finer hair, so it doesn't need to sit as long. Perfect. So if you notice, I didn't roll it all the way up to my scalp like the other ones. I left it off my root a little bit, meaning the curl only came up to about here rather than all the way up here. So leaving it off your scalp is going to keep it from laying flatter closer to your face, which is more flattering. So we're going to do the other side now. And because I have more hair on this side, because I part here, we're going to split this into 2 sections. So now that we're in the back, I remembered that this one rolls forward, the one that we did back here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of brick layer the curls. So the one above that is going to go away from the face, and the one here is going to go towards the face. And then the one in the hairline, remember hairline always goes away from the face. So you want to sporadically like place the curls that roll forward, because that'll break up that curl pattern so they don't get stuck together. Away from the face, the clamp goes in front. You see my ends there. You want about an inch on the ends to stick out. So our second section is going to be our alternate curl. So it's going to go forward, so clamp goes behind. This one is around our hairline, and we're getting close to those face framing layers now. So we don't want those as curly, remember? And they're super fine. Most people are lighter around this area, they're blonder. So you want to be super careful with those hairs. Make sure they have extra heat protector too. Last section. So again, we'll start in the back. So we're going to go away from the face up here. The clamp goes in front, start in the middle, pull down, roll it up, pull down, roll it up. There's my ends. Twist, 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 and pull. Again, start in the middle, clamp facing forward, pull down, pull out, pull up. You see the ends, twist, 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 and pull through. All right, where's our last section? Okay, another one around the face. Delicate hairs, lower heat or faster. So we're gonna go fast. So I didn't let that sit for any time. Okay, now that our whole head is curled, we're gonna go ahead and use the Kevin Murphy Hair Resort Spray. This is my favorite for beachy waves. It gives an awesome amount of texture, and it's like you've been at the beach all day, and it smells like pina coladas. So this stuff's bomb. Haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. So what I like to do is before running your fingers through your hair, because that's a no-no, you need to apply this first, and I like to lift and spray. Lift and spray. So as you're lifting, it's starting to break up that curl as well. There we go. Now you can run your fingers through, shake it out. What do we have to? My hair has this awesome texture now. At this point too, if there's any pieces that you think are too curly or not curly enough, you can go in and recurl them. You can wrap the hair around the iron like a wand. You're not stuck to just doing it this way. What I like to do is I like to flip my hair over. If you notice in my other videos, I feel like it's more fun, it's more bedheady, and I love like the undone kind of look. But here's our end result. So I wish you guys luck. Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help each and every one of you. But I hope this helps you guys achieve your style looks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.